Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya E. Hood. I am Tanya E. Hood, a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, it simply means I've worn a lot of different hats in my life that have helped me develop a full range of strategies and actionable steps that I've used to help my clients make a strategic impact, both personally and professionally, to have better than what life has been giving them. Red Alert Diaries is based on the life lessons from my premier book, Red Alert. Is He the One? The Pocket Guide to Finding the Love of Your Life. Now, if you read my book, you already know that I got married at 21. And after 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce, having to raise my two sons alone. To reset my life and survive my divorce, I took the time I needed to get to know me better, which opened me up to new love again. So now I'm in a new marriage to the love of my life and my best friend, which just proves there is life after divorce. On this podcast, we have conversations that's real talk, marriage, divorce, money, and legacy. And I want you to join me on the journey. And today, I want to have a discussion about being grateful. We are rounding out the end of another year. Can y'all believe that? 2022 is almost done. I'm hoping that this year has been something that you really desired, that you've had unexpected gifts and things that you truly enjoy. For today, I want to share about a moment of just being grateful because I'm grateful that I get the chance to be here to do this. There's been times in my life where it was difficult for me to share my story. It's been difficult for me to tell what is going on in my world, to be able to pour into you some of the lessons and the insights that I've learned. Because going through some of that stuff, y'all, if I had to figure out a different way of doing it, I would have. But I'm grateful that it's made me me. You see, sometimes we forget that the pain and the chaos that we go through helps mold us, helps shapes us. We all like to see things that's got some vibrancy to it. And when there's a little bit of shadows and some darkening in it, that gives a little bit of texture. It is in those moments where we in our lives have a little shadows and some darkenings that give us texture. You are a vibrant individual. The joys and the love of who you are, you love hard, you feel hard, you reach hard. And sometimes that's because you've gone through some things. It is often difficult to be able to really know what true happiness, true love, true care, living life, what it really means if you haven't gone through something. We like to think that we want joy, joy, joy all the time, and that is good. But sometimes having the same monotonous moments can sort of make you wonder. Now, I'm not saying I want chaos to show up. I am grateful for having a life in this day and age that has more peace, that has more joy. Are there a little bit of bumpy roads, a little along the way? But that I really appreciate compared to what I've been through. But sometimes it's the dark spots in our lives that we have muddled through, struggled through, and tried to figure some things out that has given us some definition to really know that this part right here, oh, and here's another thing about that. You really put forth the effort that you need to make your life better, to make your life work. You see, had I not gone through some of the stuff that I went through in my life, I don't think I really would have learned how to be more strategic, more appreciative of my time. Time is one of those things that we never get back. Now, what I am thankful for is that there are moments in your life that the time that looks like it has passed has gotten redeemed. The joy that I thought I missed once in marriage has been redeemed. The love that I thought I missed once when I was going through the chaos has been redeemed. And for that, I am grateful. You see, during a time when I was raising my children and struggling through the process, thinking, did I do it right? Did I get it right? Was what I was thinking at the time to pour into them enough? And now that they're grown and I get the chance to see the wonderful men that they have become, it brings joy to my heart. I realize now that I did good, even though then it didn't feel like I was doing so well. I want to encourage it that when you're going through the storm, press through. And if you got to do it moment by moment, do it, because I know, I think I know better than most that a minute is way too long. So appreciate it. Be grateful for it. And know that when you are striving towards a goal to be better, do better, function better, things will get better. And if you can't really see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, and I want you to know that it's there, all you got to do is keep moving. All you have to do is keep pressing. I'm reminded of a story that I heard when I was a little girl. And sometimes things when we hear when we're younger doesn't always make sense. But when you get older, I used to hear the older ladies say, baby, you're not old enough yet. And they used to irk me because I'm trying to figure out, well, how old do I have to be old enough? Well, it varies depending on what you're going through, depending on what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. But that story that I heard when I was little, it was a story about a little lightning bug. This lightning bug was afraid of the dark. And because he was afraid of the dark, he didn't really go too far or do too much because he realized if he stayed in his little spot that had a little bit of light, it brought him comfort. But being in his comfort zone did not help him truly express, share, see, or show what was really in him. See, he had to delve out a little bit into the darkness. And so when he moved a little further out, he would pause because it seemed like as he went further away, it got dark and dark and dark. So he kept staying where it was comfortable. When we stay in our places of comfort, we may be able to see a little bit of light, but you could also miss out on some things that could help things be better. So the lightning bug was sitting there, and another little lightning bug came by that was just trying to press through, and he saw, and he's like, oh, there's another light. So he got a little closer to that light. And then the other lightning bug saw his light and thought, oh, there's a light. So he got a little closer to his light. And as they got closer to one another, the light got brighter. And their brightness made a little bit of space that had a corner for them that was a little more light for others. And as other little lightning bugs that were sitting in their little comfort zone saw the brightness of the light from those two lightning bugs, they joined in. And when everybody came together because they were drawn to the light, the brightness enlightened all of them. Their brightness encouraged the light around them. And soon, as more of them joined in and let their lights be combined, there was no more darkness that was around any of them. See, when you're hiding away on your own, just letting your little light be in your space of comfort, you could miss out on bringing a joyous light to those around you. That little lightning bug that ventured out just a little bit further got the opportunity to give someone else the courage to venture out just a little bit further. And so for today, if you don't remember anything else I've shared, here's the one thing I want you to know. There's a light inside of you. Venture out, because your decision to venture out can bring someone else the courage to let their light shine. And for this year, 2022, I want to thank those of you that reached out to me, that encouraged me, that let your light spur my light on, that gave me the strength to press through. Because some of these podcasts, y'all, was hard. There was some difficulty in sharing some of my story, not because I was still walking through the pain, but because some of it I wasn't certain was as helpful as I desired. Sometimes what holds us back in the darkness is thinking that what we have to give is not enough. And so as I ventured out a little bit further, some of you encouraged me to keep pressing through. And I moved closer to your light. And it helped my light get brighter. So I say thank you. It was not my intention to go all emotional for this podcast. But when you're grateful in your heart, when you're grateful in your soul, some things just manifest themselves. If you want someone to join you on the journey, I do a lot better at later points. But I'm hoping that what I've done in this podcast, as we go into the closeout of another year, that you get the opportunity to have poured into you, various things that were poured into me, and together we can do some magnificent things. You can go to my website, tanyaehood.com. There, click under the Work With Me tab, and we'll get the chance to join each other. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.